We are going from sunshine and mild to showers, cooler and gusty across Central Oregon. Hey everyone, Darrell here from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center with a quick look at your most reliable forecast, starting off with that cloud cover. It's a lot different than it was just earlier today. We've gone from sunshine to clouds. Now showers roll in later tonight, and as of right now, going forward through the next several days, when it comes to our winter storm impact, limited impacts for most of Central Oregon, minor to moderate in the Cascade. So even right now, we actually have some shadows on in a few of these cameras on the ground. That's indicative of some in and out clouds. So times of sunshine, but that is going to be changing as we go forward through tonight. In fact, looking at the passes right now, we don't see too much of a difference from what we're seeing across the high desert. Now, there have been some showers that have already been impacting everything west of the Cascades, but for Central Oregon, not so much. That's going to be changing later tonight. That's when we start to see those showers. Most of them start rolling down the east slopes of the Cascades after midnight, and then it's just wetter, with rain becoming snow in the Cascades, and that's where we start to see accumulating snow in the mountains. And this active weather pattern continues through Wednesday into Thursday. By Thursday, we get a break between systems, but then Thursday night going into Friday, another wave of moisture, another cold front impacts us. So our snow report as of 5 p.m., no new snow to report, losing 2 inches at a couple of those reporting stations, and tonight getting up to 2 inches at Bachelor, Hoodoo less than an inch. It's really going to be, as the system rolls in, we start to really see everything happen by tomorrow. And what that means for us is snow will be accumulating through the day on Wednesday in the Cascades. In fact, by 7 a.m., we have some areas of icing through Sandy Ann Pass. It looks like around Bachelor, some light snow on the road. Willamette Pass, looks like we do have some snow on the road, as well as some patchy ice. It actually looks like Government Camp is not too bad at all, just wet roads. So that looks like it'll be the best way to get through the passes tomorrow morning. By the evening, that's going to be changing, because hour by hour, at a glance, we are looking at off and on precipitation, periods of clearing, and falling snow levels later in the day as temperatures fall out of the 40s and back into the 30s. So because of this next system, the National Weather Service has already issued a series of winter weather advisories from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. Wednesday through the Cascades. Now, we're going to talk about snow levels here in just a little bit. As of right now, we don't see too much happening over Central Oregon. Looking at the bigger picture, showers are along and west of the I-5 corridor, not going all the way down past Roseburg, but really all the way down to just south of Eugene and Florence is where we have these showers at the moment. The bigger picture shows where that cold front is starting to roll in, and we're well in advance of that. We've been catching the increasing clouds in advance of our first cold front, but we already have a couple of them that are lined up further out over the Pacific Ocean that will be impacting us. And so back-to-back systems are expected, almost an atmospheric river of moisture impacting us. It's just not quite a Pineapple Express, because that moisture isn't coming from the tropics, it's coming from the subtropics. So we're replacing that dry air with moist air, and that's what water vapor was showing us. Also, winds are going to become breezy. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and back up, and we're going to look at that other imagery real quick, because as this next system rolls inland, see how these isobars, the equal lines of pressure, are getting closer and closer together. That's stronger winds. That's indicative of stronger winds. Right now, it's a little breezy at times through Central Oregon, but not too bad. And when it comes to relative humidity, we're mostly dry to moderate RH values across Central Oregon. And we're not looking at too much in the way of fog tonight, but as long as we have dry air over Central Oregon, we got to wait for saturation until those showers are fully going to reach the ground. So that's what we're going to be watching with that. Meanwhile, look at this today. In the last 24 hours, 60s with some 50s, and currently we're still in the 50s with a few 60s on the map. That puts us running between 3 degrees cooler and 7 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. That is very nice. Now through tonight, we gradually cool back into the 30s with some 40s on the map. By tomorrow, we don't go too far, so we have modest changes through the next 24 hours, and that's because of this next system bringing a cooler air mass, not allowing those temperatures to warm up very much. It's going to be a big cool down, a big drop in temperatures from what we've seen today. So by tomorrow, we're looking at highs in the 40s, wetter conditions, mountain snow expected, and then by Thursday, that's when we get a break between systems. Most of that precipitation is over Washington then by Thursday night, and then again Friday night, more precipitation is expected across Central Oregon. We're talking rain, we're talking snow, we're talking heavy mountain snow and stronger winds before this next ridge of high pressure builds into the region. And then by Friday, we're rebounding. By Saturday and Sunday, we're back in the 60s. So this active weather pattern lasts 48 to 72 hours. After that, 2 to 3 days, we're back to more sunshine with some in and out clouds and warming back into the lower to mid 60s for some parts of the high desert. So your forecast model shows that tonight showers start to roll in, and then that reinforcing front late Wednesday brings a cooler air mass into play, dropping those snow levels and bringing us some accumulations in the lower elevations just in time for it to wrap up. And then we stay in this active weather pattern by Thursday night, and then by Friday night, we're looking at more of that precipitation working its way into the high desert. Now, when we look at the bigger picture, when we look at the GFS, a long-range forecast model, it's actually showing us a similar pattern here through the next couple of days. But let's get forward. Let's go all the way to Saturday. In and out clouds are expected. Sunday, more sunshine than cloud cover. Then by Monday and Tuesday, more clouds are in the planner, just not much in the way of precipitation at all. So ultimately, after we get through this active weather pattern, a few more weak systems are expected, just not bringing too much in the way of totals to the high desert. Even this next couple of days, we're looking at maybe getting up to 2 inches in some parts of the high desert, most of us barely even registering it, but we are getting 12 plus inches at Santiam Pass, through Government Camp, Willamette Pass 4 to 12 inches, and same at Diamond Lake Junction. And when we go ahead and just look at some of those totals in our lower elevations, again, some spots might get up to 2 inches, most of us not really. And as we go forward after that, we are expecting a little bit more precipitation next week, but even tonight alone, just some showers rolling in. Meanwhile, it is a little gusty right now, gusts between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Actual wind speeds are more like 5 to 15 miles per hour, or you could say 10 to 15 miles per hour. And so it has been a little breezy at times today. Tonight, we get some calming. By tomorrow, it gets gusty. So gusty Wednesday, breezy Thursday. So for tonight, 30s with a few 40s on the map, showers rolling in. Wednesday, we're looking at 40s with a few 50s, not going very far. Roller coaster temperatures are expected. We're back to that spring-like feel just in time for daylight saving time to begin. We spring forward the clocks this weekend. By Monday, cooling. By Tuesday, chilly, and that's where we catch a little bit more of that precipitation. Overnight lows follow these roller coaster temperatures. Coldest nights Wednesday night and Thursday night. So your weather headlines for this Tuesday, March the 3rd, include weather pattern whiplash. Big changes are on the way. Midweek rain and cooling with more mountain snow and gusty winds. That's the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News.